Peace and blessings, everyone. I'm Bree.
And I'm Lisa.
And you're tuning into the Ask Bree and Lisa TV.
For another episode of Caffeine and Cashflow.
Yes. Caffeine and Cashflow. I love the sound of that.
Yeah.
It's a nice ring.
Me too.
So you want to start off telling the people what we're going to be talking about today?
Yeah. So we are going to give you a little insight, right? A little insight about us, where we came from, where we are now, and where we are going.
Right. So for the entrepreneurs out there, the business owners, for those people, right? It's basically your 2-minute story. Whether you're a business owner or entrepreneur, it's our opinion that everyone should have a 2-minute story. When you're traveling and you're meeting new people, and say you only have 30 seconds to talk to someone in the elevator, and you want somebody to just know about you because they're asking, have that 2-minute story like handy. So definitely going to be talking about, where we come from, where we came from, our background, where we are now, our intentions, and where we're going, right?
Yeah.
So, give you guys a little bit more insight about who Bree and Lisa
get to know us a little bit.
Right. So you want to get started, babe?
Okay, yeah, absolutely. So, right. So for the past 3 years, I have taken on the role of being the sole provider for my mother. And she has been battling has been going through a lot of medical challenges, we can say. And so she didn't have the proper protection. She doesn't have a savings. She didn't have any proper insurance to help her with any disability or anything like that. And so with her extensive medical background, the thought of being able to get her insurance just seemed very far stretched, because you need to be healthy. That's why it's important to get it when you're younger. You need to be healthy, right? So that honestly brought us to a really interesting financial predicament, right? We had to just make sure that every dollar was stretched and accounted for. We had to be very intentional with what we're purchasing, what we can't purchase, even with making sure that she has her own living quarters and that she can live comfortably, but everything has to be very, very tightly managed. And so through those difficult times, I came to realize that it's essential to have the right protection and the proper financial plans in place. Because if that was in place and we had that proper protection, I would have been able to breathe just a little bit more easier with having those things in place. And so that brought me to why I do what I do now, right? So it is my mission to empower families to make sure that they have the right tools, the right knowledge in order to protect their loved ones, to take off that financial burden, to be able to build legacies and have that security of strength. And I think that's just a little bit about me. It gives you a little bit of background, right? And where I am now, and where I'm going is just to continue to make that change in individuals' lives and stress the importance of making sure that you're okay and that your family is okay, because having that financial burden can just lead to unnecessary stress. When you have things in line, it causes ease. You can breathe a little bit more.
I really do appreciate you sharing your story, because at the end of the day, that type of transparency and vulnerability, it definitely strengthens you, and it helps others, understand who you are, what you're doing, where you're going, and your mission, your purpose. So I really appreciate you sharing that. Even though I know your story, it's just hearing you say it and share it with others. It's empowering, and it definitely goes to show how appreciative our journey and our struggles and trials and tribulations, how appreciative we can be of all of those things, because it strengthens us.
Absolutely.
It gives us knowledge. It gives us more strength, more, know-how,
Conviction.
conviction. So thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll go ahead and share my story. Most recently, I am a truck driver turned financial consultant, financial services consultant, right? I've never been poor. I've been broke, but I've never been poor. My family, I've always seen my parents work all sorts of 9-to-5 jobs, W-2 jobs, sometimes 2 and 3 and 4 jobs at a time, to make sure bills were paid and food was on the table, to make sure we as kids, me and my sisters, weren't lacking. Watching that, I just thought that was life. I didn't come from a family of, seeing people be wealthy, rich, and super, super well off, But as an adult, being a truck driver for a few years during the pandemic, I had made the most money I had ever made, ever, during that time. Without the financial literacy, without the financial know-how, I didn't protect my money. I didn't grow my money. I didn't invest my money into assets. I invested all of my money, every last dime, into liabilities. So got nothing to show for it. Without financial literacy, all that money and all that income really just canceled itself out. And I soon realized that without financial literacy, without that knowledge, it doesn't matter how much money I make, I'll still live the same type of lifestyle that those before me have lived, that I've witnessed them live. And then of course I realized, okay, I want more for myself. I want more for myself. So here I am now. I'm licensed. I'm a professional. I'm learning. I'm growing, and I'm in position to help others secure their financial future, protect their wealth, protect their family and their loved ones. I'm in service of others, which was another important thing. Realizing what was my purpose in life. No matter what I did, I realized, helping others, being in service of others, it truly makes me happy. So now I'm in this position where I can serve others with something that's very important: finance. We all need it. We all want it. So I'm in that position now. And my mission, my plan is to educate others that come from a similar background as myself, educate them, put them in position, empower them to take back their financial power, take back their power. Helping people understand that their power is not with the government. It's not with that 9-to-5 job. It's not with that diploma that you might have received through college. And nothing against people that got their diplomas and things through college, but their power is within themselves. Their power is within their passion, deep within themselves. And I feel blessed to be in that position. I feel blessed to have gone through what I've gone through financially, spiritually, mentally, emotionally. I feel honored to have gone through those things, because now I'm in a better position. I'm stronger for it. And I'm grateful for all of it, because what we do as financial services consultants, it's very important. It's more important than flipping burgers. It's more important than being a telemarketer. It's more, and this is our opinion. Nothing against burger flipping and telemarketers, but we're actually helping people with something that's deep rooted, being able to break generational curses, being able to help that one person in their bloodline be that one in their bloodline to just change things. Because that's who we are in our bloodline. We're the one. In your family, you're the one. In my family, I'm the one. I'm the one that's going to do something different with our life, with our time, and I feel like that's super, super important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, no matter where you come from, you can change the trajectory of your life and your family's life and your future.
Absolutely, absolutely, and it does hit a little different when you say your story. It's funny because we both lived through each other's story.
We were there.
we were there. But it just hits a little different when you hear it, from the outside, and you just hear it from that person's point of view, like hearing it from your point of view, and just what you experienced. Because I was there, but we didn't have that knowledge, so we just didn't know.
We just didn't know what we didn't know.
And so that's what qualifies us the most. In all honesty, it is our experience. Our experience alone qualifies us the most. Yes, we have a license. Yes, we are licensed. However, what qualifies us the most is our story, is our summed up story of where we came from and where we are now. That says a lot, because now we can further, like you said, be able to teach that knowledge, make sure that others don't experience the hardships of being that sole provider of whomever their loved one may be, and carrying that financial burden because of the lack of planning, or having a lot of money and encountering a lot of money and just not knowing what to do with it, or where to invest it, or not even understanding investing, and honestly not even really understanding the difference between assets and liabilities, right? It was just like, okay, we can do this. And and just from that experience alone, from both of our stories and from both of those experiences, that qualifies us to be able to ensure that people don't experience those same things. Because if we experienced it, we ain't the only ones in the world, honey, that's experiencing that now, or have experienced it, or even will experience it. So it is definitely our mission to make sure that if we can catch it before it happens, that's preferable. That's the preferred, situation. But either way, we're here to first and foremost educate, and honestly have that healthy mindset towards your finances. Because as Bree said, her mindset was, you get paid, you pay the bills. You get paid, you pay the bills. And that was just our experience. And you don't have to have that mindset of I'm just working in order to pay bills. Like Bree also said, your passion, right? Like if you dive deep into your passion and embrace your passion, you can absolutely make money from your passion.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Diving deep into your passion will help someone find their purpose. It's I know a lot of people struggle. I've been there, struggled with slight depressions, struggled with just being confused, lost, all because I looked up and realized I've been floating through life without aim, without a goal, without tracking. I was just floating, and I thought I was living good in that sense of, well, I just go with the flow. I just go with the flow. And I'm like, okay, I love having hippie traits and mannerisms. I do. But I got to a point, not an age, I got to a point
Right.
where I was just like, okay, I I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where I want to go. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I want to do. So when all that hit like a bag of potatoes, I mean heavy. Molly walked my behind right upside the head when I realized I'm not tracking. I don't have any goals, ambitions. So things started to take a turn for the better once I realized what I wanted. I realized I wanted a plan. I realized I wanted goals. I realized I wanted to start taking action, massive action towards changing my life and living something different. And once I put that out into the universe and I declared that within myself, life started to just change. Mm-hmm. Certain people came in and out of my life. Certain experiences came in and out of my life. And each time, as long as I was willing and open and receptive, I learned something that I needed to learn that would help me get to the next level. And it's been a wild ride. I could tell you that much, but I'm so grateful because now it feels really good to get on social media, get on live, get on film, just be vulnerable with people, and show people my life, my story. I mean, granted, there's more to it. Of course, that'll take many more episodes of us just, diving into specific situations and experiences and things like that. But
yeah,
it feels good. It's liberating, breaking these chains and just showing up and just letting people know, like, this is where I come from. This is where I am. And this is where I'm going.
Yeah.
How may I help you? How may I serve you? How may you serve me? How may you help me? And just being unapologetic about it. It's definitely awesome to be here right now in this moment.
Absolutely. I agree. Having that direction, because I felt that same thing. I was like, what is my purpose? What am I here for? What am I here for?
Stressful.
And it is stressful because then you just feel, again, you're just like floating with no direction. That's like going on a road trip and having no directions or aim of where you're going. You're just going. You're just going to go, right? So it's nice to now have that direction, have that focus. Our experience brought us here, to confidently stand in ourselves and who we are, and to be able to pass knowledge that is so important, and to help others shift their mindset. And honestly, we have a big why. We have a bigger picture, a big why. And that's what drives us. That's what drives us. Know your why. So like Bree said earlier, it's important to kind of have that 2-minute story to give people an idea of who you are, but also know your why. Know exactly why you are doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah. So listen, this has been an awesome episode of Caffeine and Cashflow.
Absolutely.
And maybe next episode we'll talk a little bit more about how we came up with the concept of caffeine and cash flow as like an episode, like a series, because it's interesting how we coming up with these things, but we're not perfect. We're not aiming to be perfect. We're aiming to just get out and do and be ourselves while we do. So
you guys grow with us.
Yeah.
Grow with us.
We have no idea who our messages are for. All we know is that it's imperative that we get our messages out. That's all we know.
Absolutely.
And we're going to do that work. So, yeah, I'm super excited about where we're going and what we're doing with our Ask Bree and Lisa network, TV, podcast, show, website, business. I'm super excited for all of it because it's going to be bigger than what we probably ever imagined. So
thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you guys soon.
Thank you. All right. Peace and blessings, everyone. Y'all have a good one. Yeah.